Wow.
They're talking to us, Alex. World famous eagle couple Jackie and Shadow telling everyone within earshot to stay away from the nest. They're protecting 3 eggs, the first of which could hatch as soon as Thursday.
So here is what the nest looks like right now. It's a little bit quieter. It's always available live to the public. 3 people monitor that camera 24/7 and write very detailed blogs about the day's highlights. And there is a lot of drama going on up in that nest.
With more, we are joined by Sandy Spears. She is the executive director of Friends of Big Bear Valley. And Sandy, we're so excited to talk to you. We want to make it clear that when we said that there's 3 people who monitor them 24/7, you are one of those 3. So thank you for all your tireless work. Let's start with the fact that they are guarding not 1, not 2, but 3 eggs. This is really a rarity.
It is rare. It's the first time that Jackie has laid 3 eggs. It's always been 2, and it's not totally unusual in the eagle world, but 2 is average and fairly normal, and 3 is unusual.
So during that big storm earlier this month, Jackie sat on the nest for a record 62 hours. What was that like for you to monitor, and what did you make of that?
Well, she's done it before for 37 hours, so I wasn't that surprised, but I was totally amazed at her dedication to those eggs and making sure that they stayed warm and dry, and she won't trust anybody else to do it but herself when it's storming.
Not even Shadow, not even Dad, huh?
Right. Because, well, and her body's bigger, so it makes sense that she can keep them warmer.
Okay. Well, since you do watch their every move, you are one of those who writes a detailed blog of what they do and everything that is playing out before our eyes. And I know people are watching this worldwide. You know when they're fighting, when they're loving and being, you know, kissy with each other. How do we pick up on that? How can we tell?
Well, if you watch their behavior, they act differently when they're excited about each other versus when they're arguing, and they have a different vocalizations as part of it, and sometimes they're talking low and sweet, and sometimes they're, you know, kind of complaining at the top of their voice, and you can tell by how they connect with each other, and sometimes, you know, are very tender and together. Yeah, you just have to watch them for a long time.
So just like a regular married couple.
Exactly.
There's ups and downs. So the eggs could hatch as soon as Thursday on the live cam. What should we be looking for then?
Well, on Thursday is the first day that we start watching for a pip in the shell. And what that means is a little bump or a little crack as one of the hatchlings starts trying to get out of the egg itself. And probably Thursday won't have one coming completely out, but we might start seeing a pip, or it might be, you know, 2 or 3 days later. We just have to watch and see how fast they want to come out.
You know, in the past, I know it hasn't always produced, they haven't necessarily been viable, the eggs, which of course is so sad because we're rooting for Jackie and Shadow. Do we have any insight into the viability this time around?
We don't have any insight, you know, that's totally for sure, but Jackie and Shadow have been very dedicated in sitting on the eggs and making sure they're not uncovered for more than a few seconds all the time. And when they were not viable, Jackie and Shadow were leaving them for longer. So somehow they knew something was not quite right with them, and this time they're right there the whole time.
That's a good sign, I'd say.
So where did your passion for this come from?
It actually came from watching Jackie grow up. In 2012, I watched through a spotting scope in a parking lot about half a mile from the nest, and I was so fascinated with it, I just stood out there, you know, for 2 or 3 hours a day, watching them feed her and come back and watching her practice, you know, jumping up and down and exercising and flapping her wings, and she won me over.
So how old are they? She's 12 then?
She's 12, yes, and Shadow is 10. And we know that because they came, when they first arrived, they had the markings that showed the age of just about turning 5. The first 5 years, you can tell how old they are.
Oh, wow. It's all so fascinating.
Yeah. I want to do a whole hour just with you.
I know.
I got so
I have
many
more questions.
too.
Everyone can follow along on YouTube, Facebook, and on the group's website. You know, we show this live picture all the time. So we thank you for all that you do. Sandy Steers, hopefully we can have you back.
Yeah, I'd love it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well,